Hey, Christina Scalera from the Contract Shop here with 5 unexpected ways to get more photography clients. Because the number one thing I hear from all you photographers time and time again is that you don't have enough clients, that the market's saturated, you're too late to the game, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? You are not. And I'm here to show you how and why that isn't true. So if you want more clients, if you're a photographer, stick around because this is the video for you. Now, admittedly, a lot of these tips came about selfishly as I search for photographers all over the country when I travel, which is like every day. So when I am in a new city and I am looking for a photographer, there's a couple things that I'm looking for, and guess what? Only like one person in the entire city, we're talking like Los Angeles type cities, like 3 times. Not to get specific, but you know. 3 times last year. Come on. What I wish I would see from you guys in order to book you. And I know I'm not like a newborn that's like crying, ready for a newborn session over here, but I'm a client. I have money. I'm willing to pay you. You want it? But seriously, no matter what your niche is in photography, one of the top things that you can do is to create a local roundup of the hotspots for whatever kind of shoots that you do. So for example, when I was engaged and I was looking for covered bridges all over Georgia. Where's the blog roundup of the covered bridges for perfect engagement shoots? Turns out it's actually really dark in a covered bridge, but you don't have to pick covered bridges. You can pick like regular bridges or floral gardens or, I don't know, eco-friendly garbage dumps that have been transformed into a park. That's probably a thing. The point is, if you can compose a list of local hotspots where your photography clients would like to have their newborns, their engagement sessions, their weddings, their 31st birthday crying into a bag of chips, whatever they're trying to celebrate. If you can compose a hotspot of those local areas where it would be perfect to shoot that kind of photography, guess who they are calling? The person who referred them to the hotspot. This next one is my favorite because it's how I got so popular. You take your area of expertise, which is whatever photography, equine, newborn, engagement session, bar mitzvah, whatever your specialty is, you take that specialty and you go to an unrelated group on Facebook in your area where you do photography shoots. So for example, if you are sick of shooting weddings and hate spending every weekend away from your family, or maybe you want to start a family, maybe you want to be a headshot photographer, so your specialty is headshots. You, instead of heading into all the same groups that all of your photographer friends, peers, competitors, and frenemies are in, you are going to instead head to a completely unrelated Facebook group, namely some kind of profession in your area. So for example, in Atlanta, there's a Facebook group probably of close to 1,000 people in the Atlanta Yoga Teachers Facebook group. Guess what yoga teachers love? They love photos of themselves in pretty little yoga poses. But guess what yoga teachers don't have very often? Money. So they want the biggest bang for their buck when it comes to the photos that they do have taken. If you can jump into that local yoga teacher group, offer your headshots as a service, but before you do that, if you can jump into one of these Facebook groups and offer an incredible amount of value and show these yoga teachers how they can repurpose the photos that you take of them over and over and over again, guess who they want to book for their headshots? It's you. Number 3, you photographers, you're sitting on a golden egg. And it's so sad. You don't even know it. Here's what I mean. Every year, I work with a local photographer in Atlanta, and I buy photos from her. Now, these are photos that she owns, and they don't have any faces in them. So I pay her a set amount. I was paying her monthly, but now I just pay her a set amount every single year. So no more buying boring stock photography that literally everybody else has. No more expensive brand shoots that don't even make sense in a year once my brand changes. For the same images she has already taken, already been paid for, already been contracted, and that is booked, paid, signed, delivered, everything. For the same exact image, she is doing minimal work. She's sending me an invoice once a year, I'm paying it, and then once a month, she's uploading some fresh images from the shoots that she's done recently into a Pixie Set gallery where I get to download those photos and use them as stock images for my Instagram feed, for my blog, etc. So if you are looking for a passive income source, we are looking for stock photos that look real, aren't boring, aren't just like some dude standing in front of a whiteboard, like pointing at a computer or something weird. Like, I don't want that. So you could be working with people in your area by just reaching out to the bloggers or other business owners in your area who you see struggling to take photos for Instagram and say, hey, I bet I could help you out. Because those people, they will also, once they see how awesome your photos are, they'll also want to keep that aesthetic consistent. So guess who they're going to turn to for their brand photography, their headshots, etc. Spoiler alert, it's you. Number 4. You know those sites like Etsy and Creative Market where you can sell your photos as stock photography to strangers? Not like number 3 that we just went over. That's where you're just working with a couple people one-on-one. But Etsy or Creative Market allow you to take those same photos that I was talking about in number 3 and sell them to a mass market per photo. But we want to be smart about this because everybody else and their mom is putting their photography on these sites. So we're going to make this a loss leader. Have you ever gone into a grocery store and they have like buy 2 bags of ridiculously large chips and only pay $5? And you're like, this seems like a really, really good deal. So I'm going to get 16 bags of chips. Okay, maybe no one else has done that, but you get what I'm saying. And the point is that those are loss leaders to get you into the grocery store so that you start shopping, because everybody knows after you buy your 16 bags of chips, or like maybe if you're normal, I don't know, 2, whatever, losers. Once you've bought your chips, you're already in the store, you're buying other things, and before you know it, you have a $47 wrinkle cream, a tub of ice cream, maybe a sheet cake. I don't know, like I'm just hypothetically saying stuff. But the chips are what got you in the door. That was the loss leader that brought you in, and then you ended up spending a lot more than just like $5 for 2 bags of chips. We're gonna take that strategy and do the same thing with these big box websites like Etsy and Creative Market. And the way that you do that is you create some kind of incentive for the people who purchase your photos to continue that relationship with you. So for example, you could price your photos really low on Etsy and Creative Market, and they come in a zip file. Well, guess what? In that zip file are instructions on how to download even more of the same kind of photos, but for free. All they have to do is go to this website, enter their email address, and now they are getting photos for free from you. Guess what? Now they are on your email list. You are able to remarket to them as much as you want and ask them if they'd like to work with you or buy more photos from you. Look at that. You got a business now. Go you. This last one is my favorite. And I probably said that about like all of these because they're all kind of my favorite. But this last one is my favorite. Everybody who is organizing some kind of live event, workshop, conference, you name it, they all need a photographer. And instead of looking at it and saying, this is my hourly rate and this is how many hours I expect to be at your conference, blah, 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 give the photos to the conference organizer for free and offer to take headshots. And guess what? Every attendee gets 1 headshot for free, and then the next one, or the other 6 that you took and they want to buy them, each one is $20. Or, if you're really savvy, 3 for $50. There's 100 people there, 50 people take you up on that offer. I can't do math right now, but that's a lot of money. Plus, if they like your work, maybe they want to work with you some more. Did you ask? I can give you all the videos to watch all day long, and I would love to do that. Make sure you're subscribed because in my next video, I'm talking about why you aren't booking more of those photography clients you find. It has nothing to do with Instagram. It has nothing to do with the amount of traffic you get. It all has to do with how you are handling the people that are coming to your site. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss those videos, and we'll be talking soon about why you aren't booking more of those leads that are coming your way. See you there.